Hello, how's everyone doing this evening? Hope everyone is doing good. I want to thank anybody who's on for joining me. I appreciate you joining me tonight. We'll give it a few more minutes. I add some things to the screen. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about KPIs, what it is and why they're important. But before we get started, if you're just tuning in, I'd love it if you'd drop a comment in the chat. Let me know where you're calling in from so I can shout out and thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And if you're watching the replay, please put replay in the chat. And then let me know your thoughts, feedback. I love to hear back from everybody so I know how I'm doing and if there's anything in particular you would like to learn more about as well. So as I said, tonight we're talking about KPIs and why they matter. And as you can see, I've got myself a little roadmap here of how do you measure success. So a KPI is a measurable metric. So it's your key performance indicator, and it can be any parts of your business. You can focus on different parts of your business. And what that is you want to be able to have something that is measurable, that you can see how things are doing, be it social media posts, any ads that you have going, your sales, pipeline, leads, all of that. You have different pieces of that you can actually track, and you want to make sure they're measurable so you know how your business is doing. And so, we've got kind of an objective to, a roadmap to follow. So the key thing is your objective. So these are your goals. And you want to be clear about what processes you're working on and what do you aim to achieve with those goals. So tonight we're going to actually use an example of a company that makes and sells cookies. So to begin with, so on phase 2 of this roadmap is identifying the key critical metrics that align with your goals that you're trying to achieve with your process. Okay, and so in the case of the cookies that I'm gonna show you some information later, and is the main objective is to identify which cookies are selling and what time of year they're selling, and which ones are doing better than the other ones. So those are the critical metrics we're going to look for. And so we want to consider all the information. We want to make sure all the data is available. So that's getting access to the sales data, seasonal information, any information that'll help you know exactly how your process is doing. So this is where you're looking at those KPIs. And so for this one, we're going to measure the sales volume of each cookie type and then the trends. We're going to analyze sales data to identify their seasonal variation in cookie sales, those type of things. And then you also want to set targets. After you've figured out your objective, know what metrics, what you're measuring to get that information, and then making sure that data is available and in a format that you can understand, you want to set clear targets. They should be goals, so you want to make sure they're achievable, reflect your desired processes, and improvements, and you want to select realistic goals to improve each KPI. Okay, and then after you've set your targets and you know where you're at and you're watching your KPIs, you then want to do regular monitoring. You're going to implement a system to monitor those KPIs, because once you get all the information, and anybody that's collected data, it can be a lot. You're looking at a lot of numbers, figures, and trying to figure out ways to track it. And there are a lot of great tools out there right now to help you track your KPIs and your software. There's some free versions of software. There's Excel documents. I'm going to show you a couple things here shortly. And then once you've figured out the regular monitoring, you want to continuously improve. So you're going to analyze that data, and you're going to make sure that the trend you're going on is improving each time. So you really want to watch and monitor that. So for a couple different things that you can use, so there's Excel spreadsheets or Google Docs that can help you track a lot of this information as well. And then if you're looking for, there's Google Analytics. That's for businesses with an online presence. And they provide a lot of great information like website traffic, user behavior, those type of things, so you can kind of gauge that way. If you do a lot of surveys or you're looking for feedback, SurveyMonkey is another good one that kind of measures that information as well. And DataBox, which I'll show you this evening, has a lot of good information as well. What I'll be showing you is the free version. That does have, a lot of great features to it. And then, of course, another one that I'll show you tonight is SB Money Flow. So let's look at let me get my screen up. Get rid of this. All right. So I'm going to see if I can make this bigger so everybody can see it. All right, so what you have here is a bunch of data. So you see we have months, the types of cookies, the number of sales for that month, their price, and the total. So as you can see, there's a lot of information in here, but it's hard to actually filter through all this. And so there's a lot of great tools. So here in Excel, you can use pivot tables. So I've created a couple different pivot tables to review. There we go. So this one can break it down by the cookie itself and give you that data if you're looking specifically for that data. Okay, another one. I'm going to enlarge it. Hopefully it looks like it's still there. All right, so some of type of cookie. So before it was how many was being sold. Here's your dollar amount for each type of cookie per month, if you want to look at that. And then if you're looking at other pieces, so like for this one, I like this one because I'm a very visual person. Oh, that one didn't want to enlarge very well. I like bar graphs because it's going to tell me in a quick hurry of which ones are doing the best. So as you can see, chocolate chip cookie, as always, one of my favorites, and is doing very well for the month of May. So you can then dial this down even further and say, you know what, I want to see how they were doing for January. Okay. Again, you have sugar cookie that actually did better and gives you a lot more measurable information. So then what this business could do is take that information for the following year going, all right, we did really well in January for our sugar cookies. Let's make sure that we have the necessary ingredients. We're going to advertise for it more. I mean, there's so much information that you can pull from this to help accelerate your business. And so these are just a couple of the free things that you can do to try and help yourself as well. The other piece of that is if you look at different programs. So like this one is DataBox. It actually works really well. So far I've just messed around with tracking Facebook page posts, engagements, those type of things in here. You can see how posts reach, organic, all of this information. It'll kind of help you so you can look at, hey, this post actually did really well. We need to make more posts like this. Same thing, I've got LinkedIn information, and again, it's showing me all the data, all the analytics of different days, posts, and where it was doing well. So it's something that we can go back to and go, I want to recreate that. I want to be able to reach more people. What did we do here? And so this is where data, those KPIs become real important, is because then you can see this, you know what you're tracking and where your goals are, and you have access to all the data. The one good thing about DataBox is you can pull all kinds of information in here to track. There are, like I said, you have SurveyMonkey if you want to do that. We also utilize SB Money Flow. So for this one, here's a quick overview of SB Money Flow. It'll actually track opportunities for you. If you've got a pipeline, I can start tracking some of those, how they're converting over to streamed revenue, those type of things, all in here. You also have some Google Analytics reports. I don't have any currently yet, but that's okay, it'll get there. And then if you have any Facebook ads or business profile, as you can see, I've got a total of 66 views right now. Another reporting tool in here is your Google ads, if you have any Google ads out there. And this is just a sample view, but it can tell you a lot more information about how your business is doing, what, where you need improvement, because if something you're doing is not working, then you need to strategize and figure out what's working. And then if you do find something that's working, you move to that. So again, here's just a couple tools, tips, and tricks to help you, and I'll give you a little bit more of the why for KPIs and why they are important. And I want to thank you again for joining me. If you join me after we've gone off, if you push replay in the chat, I'd love to see who's been on and watch my content, see, and also share any thoughts that you have, questions. Happy to answer any questions and help you all out to try and get the best out of your data and your processes to accelerate your business. The whole reason we're in business is to grow and expand, and having these processes, these KPIs that you're monitoring, all that helps you to grow your business. So I want to thank you again for joining me this evening. I appreciate you jumping on or jumping on for a replay. Tomorrow night is our GovCon night. We're going to be going over free resources that are available to you for the government contracting world. I will be on a little later because I'm actually going to a networking event tomorrow evening for government contracting. So I'll probably be on maybe closer to 8:30. So thank you again. I appreciate you all and hope you have a great night.